There is no confusion about life. That's quite a big statement. It may strike you as false because maybe you feel quite confused. I certainly can feel confused from time to time, but it's only because I forget something very important. And that is that all confusion comes as a result of language. If you look at dogs and cats, they're not remotely confused. They accept what life is in the terms dictated by life. Humans have got this thing called language that complicates things immensely. Using language, we try to figure out what's true from what's false, but there are so many different ideas about that, especially when you get into the area of religion, where people try to make you believe that it's of life-threatening importance that you believe in the right thing. If you don't, you might end up burning in hell in a very bad place for all eternity. But if you really think about this, this is all just a language game. Take a step back from the thoughts in your head and just look at life. Life is just happening all around you for all the animals, including man, who is an animal. If man did not have language, he would not be tortured with all of these questions about the meaning of life and what he's supposed to do and what he's supposed to believe. It's not that it's not that he would have some kind of special insight. It would just be that there's no confusion. He would be stumped by life, of course, but he would have an ability to accept the mystery of it all as the way things are meant to be. Just like the dog has no questions about life. So this idea that there's a specific thing that you have to find, there's a spiritual quest you have to go on to find the right thing to believe, that's something of a con. And you might think I'm undoing the work that I have done for the past 6 or 7 years. No, because a large part of that work was concerned with undoing a great deal of the confusion that is injected into life as a result of all the wrong ideas. Where I'm coming from is largely a matter of getting out the wrong ideas and seeing what you're left with. But you don't have to make it as complicated as I have made it. You can just take a step back from all the noise that's going on in here. Noise that is just a product of language. Take a step back, be less introverted, look at life happening all around you, and understand that everything is as it's supposed to be. There's no confusion unless you invent it with language. Notice that a young child playing is not confused. The child just marvels at life, plays with life. There's a natural wisdom here that is knocked out of us the more educated we become. Education is, of course, a good thing. It allows you to function in life. But there is this downside where we can lose touch with something that's vitally important that we knew as a child. And the most important thing that my own personal philosophical journey did for me was it returned me back to that state of wonder. It returned me back into an appreciation that life is mysterious and isn't supposed to have a big answer to it. And it allowed me to lighten up immensely as I saw the great error of Christianity, the way that it divorces you from the natural world by saying that the flesh is sinful. So that identity, we love to play with identities, and I'm playing with an identity right now. You've probably noticed the thing hanging around my neck. So we can play with identities, and I'm doing that as long as we remember that it's a form of play. Yes, that symbol means something other than devil worship. And if you don't know what it means, well, maybe you should look that up before you judge me. You see, we love to judge people based on what identity we think they conform to. So several years ago, when I made my exit from Christianity, some friends ostracized me from their lives. So what they were essentially doing was, they were saying, they weren't putting it in these words, but this is the dynamic of what was actually going on when you examine it. They were saying, Darryl, the thoughts that are inside your mind no longer match the thoughts that are inside my mind. Therefore, I will make you my enemy. When I put it in those terms, you can start to appreciate how insane that is. Because life is just happening all around you. Regardless of language, life is just happening. But we put so much importance on this ridiculous internal dialogue that we share with each other. And we ignore what's really important, which is just the life that we are living. So maybe it's time to really seriously lighten up about belief systems and to get comfortable again with the mystery. Because do you really need to know? Can't you just trust that everything is working perfectly just as it is? Can't you trust the universe? You are the universe. You're the universe made manifest. Can't you trust in that? Without needing to have it put in terms that your mammalian brain can understand. Because all the other creatures are getting along just fine. So if you want to avoid confusion, recognize that it's all a product of language.